Hello and happy Valentine's Day. Since it is Valentine's Day, I thought that I would talk to you about one of the tropes that I hate so damn much. Love triangles. I guess my first grievance is the way that they play out in stories. I feel like it's so unoriginal, it's very predictable, and ultimately it is just plain fucking boring. We already kind of know who the main character is going to end up with, and they end up with the person that we all knew they were going to end up with in the last 5 pages of the story. It always has to be at the end of the story because people have this idea that for a character to be interesting, they have to be approaching a love story. They cannot be interesting if they get in this romantic relationship before the end of the story. Oh my God, God forbid we see this relationship actually develop. And they cannot be interesting if they're just single for the whole book. How can we possibly be interested by somebody who is single? Since the writers do not want these characters to get together before the end of the book, they use this love triangle only as a stalling device so that they're constantly moving closer and moving away and doing this will they, won't they dance instead of just getting together. I fucking hate that. So boring. My second grievance has to do with the title of this video. Cheating. I feel like people are not being held accountable for cheating. Now, let me get this straight so that we get my definition. So something like the Hunger Games with Katniss, Peeta, and Gale, I do not view that as cheating because I did not view that as being dishonest. I felt like everybody in that situation was very clear on the fact that Katniss had not yet chosen whether she wanted Peeta or Gale. Even though she kissed both of these guys, she wasn't really committed to one of them exclusively, and they knew that. They weren't being lied to. So I'm okay with that. On the other hand, I think that you can totally cheat on your partner without ever sleeping with somebody else or even kissing somebody else because emotional affairs do exist. And they existed in Anna and the French Kiss. What can I say? So we have this character, St. Clair, who has a girlfriend named Ellie. He likes Anna, but he's unwilling to break up with his girlfriend. And what really pissed me off about that book is that nobody really seemed to learn from their actions. St. Clair mentions at the end of the book, oh yeah, I've been a horrible boyfriend, but I would never cheat on Ellie. And I was like, you did that in the whole fucking book. You slept in Anna's bed. You kept hitting on her, but because Anna didn't make herself 100% available to you, you did not break up with your girlfriend. And that is just wrong, people, okay? If you are dating somebody and you don't want to date them and there's somebody else that you would rather date, regardless of whether that somebody else is available or whether they've shown an interest and put themselves out there for you, you should still break up with that other person instead of just going behind their backs, okay? Okay, to be honest, I wouldn't have a problem with the amount of cheating in these love triangle stories if only they were portrayed as cheating and not as, oh, it's justified because I was cheating with the person that I'd really rather be with. No, I imagine that in real life there are a lot of people who get into love triangles that are really just fancy terms for cheating. I think that what might happen is that you're in a relationship with somebody and that relationship might be good, it might even be great, but there's somebody else, and because you are not in a relationship with that person, then you don't know if you were to get with that person, if that relationship would be an upgrade from situation number one that you are in, or if it might be a downgrade. So what do you do about that? You can't break up with your current partner, because what if relationship number two is terrible and it doesn't work out? Then you're screwed because you're single. How can you be single? No. So instead, what you do is you sneak behind option number one's back. You do whatever with option number two. I think that that's why a lot of love triangles and cheating happens. And I like it if stories with these love triangles just acknowledged cheating for what it is, and, pointed out how cheating is shitty and that it leads to broken hearts all around. I guess ultimately, I just want love triangles to be different from what they are. So, for example, if somebody in a love triangle can just say, fuck both of these options, I want to be single, I love that. I love a love triangle that ended like that. I would also be okay with OT3, them having a threesome where there's no cheating, there's no deception. They've all consented to being in this polyamorous relationship. Because to be honest, if you're in a love triangle for an entire trilogy, maybe it's time to consider if, maybe a threesome might work out better than a monogamous two-person relationship. Or, if the people on the opposite ends of a love triangle who are fighting over this one person, if they were to be like, nope, and then decide to get together, or if they just realize that they aren't each other's enemies and they became best friends, that is what I would want from a love triangle. But this cookie cutter trope is just, it's not cutting it. I do not like it. And yeah, that's all I have to say about love triangles. If there's something that you want to say about love triangles, you can leave that down below in the comments. But yes, that's all I have to say for this one. Bye-bye.